you go. Small Voice Podcast. There's a theme song and everything, and we have a guest. The sweetest boy.
What the hell was that?
We're just diving in.
We're the sweetest boy around. We got Jay Light, the sweetest boy in person. But if you match him in a roast battle, he will annihilate you. You know, no holds barred. Jay Light, more like Jay, no holds barred. There you go. Comic from LA. He has credits. Everybody. He has credits. I don't have any credits.
Yeah, me either. Most people are just like, who is this?
Yeah.
I just show up.
I haven't even, I've barely said any words. I'm just getting all
I'm
thrown
drunk
out here.
Connor's tooth is the same color as the foil on the
Don't forget
Modelo
about
he's
his
drinking.
the comedy with mixtape, I guess you'd call it.
It's hard to pin down what it is. Because it is sort of like, I wanted to do something that wasn't a traditional, just like a regular stand-up album.
Mm-hmm.
I think a mixtape is probably a pretty good way to describe it.
Yeah, and it's a good guy with a gun.
Good guy with a gun, yeah. It's a set. It's a full, headliner-length set mixed in with some audio sketches and a roast battle. And some music and production from the illustrious Coach T.
That's neat.
Of roast battle fame himself and other stuff.
Okay, so how long have you been doing roast battles? Because I did see you Sunday, and all of a sudden, like, you picked up the mic, and I was like, oh my, we have someone who doesn't suck at this. I was like, this is crazy.
That was the craziest thing. That also, like, I just showed up, and nobody introduced who I was.
Yeah.
Like, the host, Jeff, a very nice guy. But he did. I think I don't think he told anybody who was roasting that I was going to be there. Certainly, nobody judging was. All the other judges were like, "Who is this guy?" And then I was just and then I just showed up and I was like tearing into people the way I would for like judging a roast battle in L.A.
Yeah, I was like, because Bill went up first, and then Bill did what he does.
I crushed the room. People said I wish they advanced. Wish I advanced.
But it was just like people getting the mic, and then all of a sudden I was like, oh, someone knows what they're doing here.
Yeah.
And I was like, thank God.
You're like, oh my God, this guy doesn't belong in Kansas City.
I was like, because nobody could even find their way in the building, so I'm glad someone funny did.
My favorite part after everything was done was Jory came up to me and he was like, hey, you were really funny, but I'm sorry, who are you? And I was like, oh yeah, nobody introduced me. Which is I've been doing, to answer your question, this is a long-winded way of answering your question, Connor, but I've been doing, I did roast battles for a really long time. I haven't done one in quite a while. Mm-hmm. But I helped at the very beginning of roast battle. I watched a lot of them. I was helping film. I was doing the live stream for the show. Mm-hmm. I started doing roast battles probably about maybe 4 or 5 months after I started hanging out at the show, the first one, at the Comedy Store in illustrious Los Angeles, California. Mm-hmm. And I did them very regularly for, I don't know, something 4 or 5 years, must have been.
Wow.
Maybe, yeah, it was right around the time, probably a little bit longer than that, actually.
Yeah, because
maybe 6.
Because around here, the roast battles aren't really. You saw people were like, I don't want to be that mean, and so it's like,
yeah,
they're not like a huge culture here.
Sure,
everyone's a little too nice in the scene.
Roast battles.
And I'm getting tired of
battles. Yeah, this guy is determined to burn any bridges before he ever starts. This is Connor, by the way.
That's Connor. We met.
Yeah.
We shared dumplings together.
There's a podcast audience. There's more than one person listens to this, so that's not my mom. There's a fan that I forgot to turn off. I just wanted to point out how unprofessional I'm being.
Oh, I thought you meant like a real person fan. I was like, well, that's nice.
No, but there's
I
real person.
You had a fan who lived in this household who was your mom.
But also there's a fan. There's also a fan here. I did mean both those things, but I had a hard time communicating it.
All right.
Okay.
So if there's a fan, fuck you, 5 viewers, listeners. Okay.
That's a good way to get them.
There
Okay.
you go.
I'm sure they're like, thanks.
They must have. You know what? He acknowledged each of us individually.
Yeah.
There are almost twice as many listeners as there are people on the podcast right now,
yeah,
No,
there-
I mean,
which
there's
is
more
the
than
sign
20.
of a great comedy podcast.
There's more
There was
there's
almost
more than
one
five.
more. There was
There's more
almost
than
one
five. There's more than five. Guys, I love you. Follow the Patreon. Follow the Patreon. We're gonna start making premium episodes. Me and Connor, we're gonna start making premium episodes. Okay, so I have questions,
Okay, great.
and you have answers, right?
I hope I can answer your
I
questions.
feel like we have a similar upbringing, or had at least like similar generational experiences. Were you really like raised by the internet and video games, and how does that affect who you are today, and maybe even your comedy?
Well, I certainly had a lot of time spent on the internet and video games. I had access to the internet from the time that I was maybe like 9 or 8, maybe. There are like some of my earliest memories are being like, you know, even in elementary school, we had computers all the time. We would play like Number Munchers and Math Blaster and that
Cool
kind
Math?
of stuff.
Cool
Yeah,
Math
the
dot
Cool
com?
Math. Yeah. We did Treasure Mountain and Treasure Math Storm and all sorts of stuff like that. The Learning Company games, you know. And but I was on, you know, AOL. And I figured out how to like log into my parents' AOL accounts very early on. You know, I figured out their passwords and stuff, so I didn't have to be on child AOL. And yeah, I've been farting around on the internet for a long time.
Do you ever go deep and dirty in the AOL chat rooms?
Oh, of course I did.
Like, I want to.
Of course I did.
This is gonna get you canceled, but like, do you ever impersonate like being somebody else?
Yeah. When I was a child on the AOL, of course I impersonated people who
You have
were
some
older
stories?
than me.
Do you ever impersonate being a girl?
No, I always said I was a guy who was older than he actually was.
So like, was it like 3 years, 4 years, 5 years?
3 years older?
I don't
No, I'm if I'm like 9 or 10 at the time, I have to say that I'm 18.
Okay.
Yeah, you just go full grown
never
You
man.
said-
just go full grown
The
man.
thing is, I never did that.
It's like when you're asked to put in your age on a website, and you're just like, I don't know, I'm 25.
You go to what the earliest thing you can say is that will still be
Yeah.
legally allowing you to do that thing.
Oh yeah, I guess because AOL, adult AOL. It's like so I mean the type of experiences I had is like I was playing like Game Boy Color when I was 3. This is how young I am.
Okay.
I'm
Do you
sorry.
remember what you played on the Game Boy Color?
I played Contra. I remember.
Okay.
And
I
then,
played Game Boy from the time I was like 5.
that's cool.
Yeah.
I my mom smashed my Game Boy Color because she didn't like I was on it all the time.
That's reasonable.
Okay.
Yeah.
This is a very traumatic.
Probably a good
point
idea.
in my
Yeah, it's
childhood.
probably a good idea.
She because I was having tennis lessons and I wasn't paying attention
Okay.
But
Playing your Game Boy Color during tennis lessons.
before.
She should have gotten you Mario Tennis, and then maybe you would have been interested in the tennis lessons.
Maybe I don't know. My life's a mess.
Jesus.
No, I've been that was
Jay, did you ever get into MySpace?
Oh, yeah.
Did you have a MySpace?
I did have a MySpace. I had a MySpace. I had a Zanga. I was deep on the... this was, MySpace was around when I was like end of middle school, beginning of high school. And I was very, not antisocial, but I was like sort of a loner kid for a while. And I did have like I hung out with like my church youth group, and that was like my group of friends and a couple people from my middle school I was friendly with. But I would play a lot of like MMORPGs, like I played like Neopets and Asheron's Call, World of Warcraft for a while, and then when I started having an actual social life, then I got a MySpace for all the public-facing stuff, where I was like, these are my top 8 people. And of course, I changed it to the top 12 because I was like, 8's too restrictive. I want everybody to like me.
You ever do comedy on MySpace or post comedy there?
No. I hadn't been doing comedy by the time MySpace was around.
The fan just went off. I just wanted to recognize that. I'll call
thank
it down, but it was,
Thank you.
Thank you.
It was the Asian god, Confucius.
What
The God of the Winds.
Yeah.
What was the song that you had as like your home song?
Oh my God, what was the song? I don't remember what the song was on MySpace. I do remember what the Zanga song I had was, though, which was Title and Registration by Death Cab for Cutie. Because which is like the perfect Zanga song to have. Because Zanga is all about just teenage angst constantly.
Oh yeah.
That's all it was. You don't even know what Zanga is.
I've heard.
Oh
it
my
sounds
god.
funny.
Do you know what LiveJournal is?
I've heard of it.
Okay. So Zanga is like a worse LiveJournal. So LiveJournal's like the stereotypical like teenage angsty website. Zanga is like that, but for teens who are like rich suburban kids who don't really have anything to be angsty about, but they find things to be angsty about.
I love punk rock music. Yeah.
See,
Yeah.
that's punk rock is like actual like troubled individuals though.
Okay. Yeah. But yeah, I love
This
punk
is
music.
Zanga is like pop punk.
Oh, pop punk. Oh yeah,
Yeah.
I guess. Like
Zanga is like the paramour to the Black Flag of LiveJournal.
like appealing tragedy, like broadly appealing sadness.
Yeah, kind of. Like Zanga's for people who love the Garden State soundtrack.
Ooh, I watched that with a girl.
And that's like their idea of like what real sadness looks like is the movie Garden State.
Yeah.
I watched that movie with a girl and all her friends, and I hooked up with her.
Yeah. With her friends still there?
She brought me into like the storage closet and like
Where was it at?
What?
inserted myself into her.
Wow.
What kind of a facility was there with a storage closet?
It's a basement with a storage closet.
Was this like in a public place?
I was a public hangout
Where?
in her basement.
Oh, okay. So that's a private hangout.
You're right. That is. You're right.
Yeah, I didn't.
So
Yeah. Rip off another.
She was-
Back to the notes.
she would take us. She took us out. Like put us outside. She like put us outside.
Put you outside.
She led me outside. She's like, "Come
Okay.
outside."
You're a
And
dog.
she's like,
She led you outside.
and then she was like,
So you could
"I'm hooking up with somebody who doesn't even like me." And then I think I don't think
They'll do that.
wait, so she brought you outside to go tell you that she couldn't hook up with you after she had brought you into the storage closet and inserted yourself into her.
Yeah.
And then she brought you outside to say that she felt bad about hooking up with you.
Yeah, I mean, and I totally understand, and that's not her fault.
This
And
is a great Euphoria spec script we're talking about right now.
I mean,
Yeah,
I totally understand, you know.
This sounds like you got raped or something. This is weird.
No, I mean, I totally understand.
Sorry I made you fuck me.
No, I totally understand.
Sorry I Made You Fuck Me is my favorite Paramore album. Great stuff. I remember the Hot Topic alt cover that they had. A real piece of artwork. I wish I could still have the vinyl version.
I mean, I totally understand where she's coming from. I think she was in the right. Okay, questions. I got questions.
I have questions.
You have a podcast called Blockbusting where you talk about comics hating the movies you love.
No, I want to go back and figure out what happened to this girl. What
Okay.
happened after you guys had this conversation outside?
She I think we just went back in and then we were hanging out. And then I felt terrible afterwards because like everyone knew what we were doing. And then I knew like, oh, I'm fucked. Cuz it was also my
But did you?
it was also my at that time best friend's ex, so I made mistakes. But it was
so
also
what happened with you and your best friend then?
You fuck him. You're like, hey, you can get it too.
You brought
I
brought
think-
him into the storage closet.
Yeah.
I
and
think
inserted
okay.
himself inside his best friend.
Shout outs to the, you know, if you know the story, shout outs because you're my real friend. But I also I think after that I dated his sister, so
What? This poor man.
I dated his sister.
Wow. I've never dated somebody who I've been friends with their sister. I've never dated somebody's sister who I think I fucked that sentence up real bad. Let me try it again. I've never been friends with somebody whose sister I also dated. No, that doesn't. I've never dated the sister of somebody I've been friends with. There we go.
There it is.
Third time was the charm.
Right there.
How about this?
But I've wanted to.
Of
How
course.
about Jay Light more
I
like
got some friends with some hot sisters.
Jay Light more like Jay illiterate. Boom, roasted. I don't know.
This from the guy who literally told me in the car right over here how he was functionally illiterate after having a concussion for months.
Oh yeah, that was wild. I thought there was an open mic and he just goes up. He's like, I got a concussion, and then just kind of like looked like he was gonna fall over the whole time, and then wouldn't stop saying, "I got a concussion." And that was
Wow.
I think he did it for 4 minutes.
I mean, that sounds like a great set.
Everyone was concerned.
Didn't I kill though? Didn't I do well at least?
I don't know. I don't remember.
I have the
I
recording.
think
We can do it on the podcast.
It was one of those
right
laughs
now.
where you're like, "Oh, he's messing around," and it kind of was
And
like,
then it comes around.
I have it recorded. We can watch it on the podcast. No, we won't do that. We won't
Yeah,
do
that's a.
"Yeah, how's that gonna work?"
Yeah, I don't know how we'd watch it.
that. So I can move the computer over to here.
No, don't worry about it. I'm
Okay.
gonna take you at your word.
Yeah.
How about we?
I'm gonna take both of you at your word that you killed, and that also people were concerned.
How about this? What if we watch your podcast on my podcast?
No, that's just that's some podcastception right there. That's a little plug
Okay, so this podcast
But now I really want to do
that
it.
I have.
that you have, what is it about? So like comedians, they hate movies that you like. Is that what Bill was saying?
Not necessarily. So I have it's about
I'm
people
fucking this up.
with
Oh my
movies that
God.
they hate and why they hate them.
Mm.
So I have, I think there's a ton of bad movie podcasts out there. Or what's the one with Junday and Raphael and Paul Scheer? How Did This Get Made? And Jason Mantzoukas. How Did This Get Made? The classic one. Other ones out there exist. Same format where it's like we're going to talk about a bad movie. I don't really want to talk about bad movies necessarily.
Yeah.
I just want to talk about why you don't like a movie because
Yeah.
I think that's way more interesting. Like, what's a movie that you saw? Can you remember a movie that you saw recently that people it left a strong, feeling in your heart?
I don't really.
Yeah, it makes you feel like that.
I don't really watch movies, so that's the thing. I don't know why. I'm just like, I see the time on it. I'm like, I don't have that much time.
Connor doesn't
Sure.
watch movies or do stand-up comedy
What are you talking
or
about?
have a girlfriend.
What is that? What does the girlfriend have to do with anything?
It's because we're recording on Valentine's Day, I think.
This is gonna be Valentine's for the boys.
Wouldn't we all be in the
Valentine's for
same
dudes.
boat then? Do you have a girlfriend?
I do, but she's back in LA right now.
Oh,
Yeah, I don't have a girlfriend, but I fuck. So
sure.
okay, so
Sure.
we're gonna
I mean,
move
I
on.
feel like Connor also probably fucks with those sweet, sweet gold teeth that he has.
okay.
Yeah, the black girls love it.
There you go.
They be in the club, and they're admiring. See them from a distance. They're like,
Okay. So to talk about your movie, okay. Oh, you have a podcast called Blockbuster? I said that. Do you have a real passion for film criticism, and how does living in LA change your perception of movies?
For as far as for film criticism goes, I have developed more of an appreciation for actual film critics through doing the podcast and reading a lot more about film criticism and reading a lot of good and bad film criticism. I like doing it. What's happening? Oh, you're angling it up towards my face. Oh, I see what you're doing there. Okay. You could have tilted this the whole time.
that mic is so ridiculous.
This is such a silly little mic. Feels like I'm talking into a diglet. Anyway, so I've read some good and bad film criticism, and I like approaching movies with a critical eye. What's happening? Are we reaching out? Are we doing a seance?
What is it?
But I do.
This is chaotic.
This is very chaotic. Now you're blocking my beautiful face on the screen.
This is. I've had enough. of this.
Imagine Logic, but he's not biracial. That's what he looks like.
Is that all right? Yeah, it's true.
Yeah, people say
All
that.
right, no more seance.
We are. Oh, hey, let's do it one more time.
No,
Let's do
no.
a daily
No.
affirmation.
No.
Do you know what they had me do at my job? I am the best at my job in the city. I
They
am
made
the
you say
best.
that before you went out
Yeah.
in
This is a
in
cult.
like a group.
Yes.
Okay, how many times?
Multiple, like at least like 3 or 5.
Okay,
So
I love-
continue.
yeah, I
with what you
love
say.
how
Do you have
you-
a real passion for film?
Yeah, I love how you ask him a question and then just
go off on your
cut
own
him off
tangent.
multiple times, and then you're like,
I'm
"My
so
job made me
hungry
do this today."
I'm sorry.
So,
I'm
Jay,
sorry. I just want to
continue.
connect
Yes.
with you. I thought we could have like a spirit connection.
I like film criticism. I like talking about movies. I mean, I went to film school. I love that stuff. It's very fun to talk about movies. Living in LA, I don't think has changed that at all. Really?
Because obviously proximity to Hollywood, but also like I've heard of a culture, and shout outs L.A., Book Week, all those shows, but I hear there's like a culture where you're like not allowed to like criticize movies because the guy next to you might have like made it.
Yeah, I mean, I've run into issues with that on the podcast before, where there are some people who ask me to take an episode down because they're worried about that thing happening, or sometimes a guest will like, I'll reach out to somebody, I see them post a take about a movie, and they're like, oh, I don't really want to talk about it in public that much because like I know the person who like was such and such a thing. Yeah. But I think if you make art, you should be able to handle criticism of your art.
Yeah. I think that's fair.
That's fair.
I think it's totally fair.
That would be funny in the comedy scene if it's like, I know Bobby. Like I think he's a great comedian. I don't think anyone should talk bad about him. You know what I mean?
Well, you're talking about Logic here. Is that the Bobby you're referencing?
No, Bobby.
Or you're just like, is there a Bobby in the Kansas City comedy scene that I have not met yet? Who's bad at comedy, but everybody is nice to his face about it.
Yeah, there's a couple.
Couple Bobbies.
We got a couple of those.
Connor, do you want to burn your bridges with them as well?
I will burn it so fast. You know what? I won't. Because I feel bad. Because he is nice.
You do great in Hollywood, Connor. You're gonna make it.
Do you know how many male comedians we have? Dude, there's like 3. There's 30%.
Of bad ones or good ones?
I don't want to get into it. I'm just saying.
Yeah, you're right. There's 3 good ones that we have in the city.
Oh, right. Sorry. And they're all in one room.
Yeah, well, yesterday I was name dropping hard, and I was like, I should probably not do that. So
I was like,
I'm doing good today.
Okay. I'll say this. Do you feel like you have a strong sense of film critique when your favorite movie is Space Jam?
My favorite movie's not Space Jam.
Oh, really?
No.
Oh, you said you love Space Jam. All right.
I do. It's not my favorite movie.
What's your favorite movie?
My favorite movie is There Will Be Blood.
Oh, that makes
Space
sense.
Jam 2.
This is a scam interviewer right here. Doesn't even know what my real favorite movie is. That's very public information.
Really?
Yeah. I do think Space Jam is a great movie, legitimately.
It's fun. I enjoyed it when it came out as a kid. I was like, this is pretty.
I give Space Jam 5
maybe
stars.
I should have rephrased that. Maybe I should have rephrased that.
Mm-hmm. You should have done more research.
I mean, I did do it. I think I wanted your favorite movie to be Space Jam. I think that's...
Is your favorite movie Space Jam? Is that why? Is that why you wanted to have another spiritual connection where both of our favorite movies were Space Jam?
If both of our favorite movies were Gone Girl, then we'd have a spiritual connection.
Is Gone Girl your favorite movie?
I really like it because it makes me sad and stressed. But like...
You would do great on Zanga.
Thank you.
Small callbacks. That's what this podcast is now called.
My favorite movie is...
Well, we didn't ask.
I watched...
So next question.
I am curious, though. What's your favorite movie?
What the fuck is happening right now? Sorry. Sorry. I'm turning off the moderating because I'm hearing myself like 5 times over and over. But it's recording fine. It's recording fine. My computer did not just explode.
Okay, good.
So your favorite movie?
My favorite movie, I really like The Truman Show. I really like Training Day. I want to pick Training Day. That's it.
The Truman Show is great.
I have never seen Training Day, but I do like The Truman Show.
Training Day, it kind of has that same like Gone Girl like anxiety to the rest of it, because it's about like, do I spoil it?
I know what happens in Training Day.
Well, I just it ramps up that anxiety. It ramps up an anxiety. It's like I like Gone Girl because it both has that example of like an abusive relationship. Maybe that's all like the correlation between those 3 movies: Truman Show, Gone Girl, and like Training Day. They're all like abusive relationships.
Yeah.
And I just think, I mean, and it's all about I guess Gone Girl's not about breaking out of them, but that's why Truman Show doesn't make me sad, and Training Day doesn't make me sad. And like, even though Training Day is such like a brutal, like fucked up, like experience, like being a good person, like he saves him in the end, and I like that. I like the idea of that.
Sure.
I have a tattoo on my back from an anime.
See, he'll just jump.
Is there training?
You'll listen and just be like, "Where are we?"
Is there an anime of Training Day? Is that where we got to?
No, there's an anime of big-lipped, muscular men like. With
You have a
special
JoJo
powers.
tattoo? Oh my god.
How dope would it be if I took off my shirt off for the podcast?
Sure. Oh shit! I thought the beanie was your hair. I was like, what the? I was like, you are looking majorly
If you're
Asian.
comfortable with this,
I thought you had the Asian
Take your
bowl
shirt off.
cut.
I don't care.
okay. I'm not necessarily the fitness standard, but yeah. There you go. Look at that.
Wait, I can't
So,
see. You're
yeah.
showing it to the camera. I can't even see it.
Wow.
It's supposed
You
to be a
keep,
birthmark.
you were just hiding this thing.
Oh, I thought it was gonna be because you said I have a tattoo of big-lipped muscle man.
But it's it's the big Mick
Wow.
The big Mick Lobster man.
Uh,
The big Lipster Mobster man.
that tattoo was underwhelming. I'll tell you what.
yeah.
But so is when I take my shirt off, man. Man, I'm not.
I was about as whelmed as I thought I was going to be when you took your shirt off. I thought that was exactly what it was going to look like under there.
Yeah. If you just had a,
Usually living in LA too much, okay?
Jay, do you watch anime? Or are you just strictly movies?
I've seen a couple animes. I'm not huge on them. Of course, I mean, I watched like, the ones on Toonami back in the day.
Oh,
Dragon
yeah.
Ball Z.
Dragon Ball
Can't
Z.
miss that. Yu Yu Hakusho, a little bit.
Yeah.
A little bit of Tenchi Muyo. Do you right. But it's like, I've seen a couple anime movies that are very good, actually. Your Name is a really, really excellent movie that is. It also happens to be an anime.
I don't think I've seen it.
It's so good.
I think it's good. Maybe it's
seen
overrated.
it?
I don't know. It's good. I don't know. It's good. I don't know how to feel about it.
When did it
I
come
liked
out?
it in the moment. It's easy to get emotionally invested, but like outside of it, it is kind of like, I guess how I would describe it is like corny. I don't know how to say it.
Okay.
Does that make sense? I think it's good. That's also how I feel about it.
You think it's good, but it's corny.
Yeah.
Sure. That's fair. That's valid.
That's a lot of animes.
Yeah.
They're all just kind of like they all follow the same plot and then
But JoJo
different
is
characters.
corny in a way that's like, I don't know. You wouldn't expect all these men to be dressed up like female fashion models. Like,
Yeah, I don't
mean,
watch JoJo because I've heard rumors it just turns you gay. So I was like, I don't like that.
Yeah, you really wouldn't work in LA, Connor. Okay, I got more questions. Is your religious upbringing a strong part of your comedic voice, or is it something you feel like you've put behind you?
I still think it is a strong part of my comedic voice. Yes.
Well, I mean, I'm listening to your comedy album, but I just like I don't.
The
really...
album, it's deep in the album. It's very much prevalent throughout like the whole.
Yeah.
That's sort of the whole. I mean, you listen. It's sort of like the whole overarching theme of the whole album, right? We're starting off with these religious chants and this guy saying "Praise the Lord" over and over again. And I remember when Coach T sent me that, I was floored because he was like, I had such a hard time figuring out how to make this work and make this thematically work. And then I found this sample and I found this sample and I found this, and I mashed them all up together and it sounds great. It's a great way to start the album out, I think. But yeah, I think that all of the stuff I talked about in the album, I really don't do anymore material-wise. Like, I've burned all that material. I only bring it back in, like, extremely rare circumstances. But, that being said, I still do talk about religion sort of broadly in my act. And I have some bits now that I really like that involve religion in that religious upbringing.
Oh, that's neat. I'm just, for me, it's like you're not the type.
That's neat.
That's neat.
It's neat.
It is neat. You guys make me feel like.
No, it's just
I
but
don't
you
know
did
how
the
to
same
talk
thing
to
to me yesterday. I told a story and you're like, wow. And then I was like, all right.
I was about to talk about it.
Talk. Talk about
No, I
it.
just feel like, I guess, I just thought it was really interesting. You just make me feel bad. Okay? I just thought it was really interesting. Because, I don't know, for me, it's just, you don't come off as the same type of, like, former youth pastor, like, other religious people. Because, I don't know, I just meet, maybe this isn't important. Maybe because, I don't know, you're not Joshua, who used to be a former youth pastor.
Well, I was never a former youth pastor, though.
No, I mean,
so that helps.
Yeah.
I think
That
that
was
helps me not
a
be
bad question.
That helps me not come off like a former youth pastor. I think.
Yeah, it was a bad. That's a bad question.
It was very interesting. The other day, I was doing a show, and a friend of mine from back home, who like I met through church, was visiting town.
Mm.
And I don't really hang out with anybody except for her brother, and then this other family of people. Those are really like the only people from my church going days that I still see. And I don't know how religious any of them are anymore. But I do know that it was very interesting for me to hear after the show. I did a bit where I say like I wasn't super religious at this point, at like a certain point in my life in high school, which is accurate. I basically stopped going to church and stopped really giving a shit about any of that Christianity stuff when I was like 16.
Mm-hmm.
But it was very interesting for her to be like, after the show, to come up to me and say like, it's funny Jay says he's not that religious, but he was like a super Bible nerd. And I don't even remember myself being like a super Bible nerd. Like, I don't remember myself being somebody who could like quote scripture or like, you know, knew where the stories were. Like, I just remember reading the Book of Revelation all the time, and that's about it.
Was this when you were just kind of like by yourself, like staying by yourself? Maybe they thought you were just the weird.
Yeah, maybe they
studying.
thought. Maybe that's what they thought. Maybe they thought I was like.
Like,
some
we
sort
got a
of
dang bookworm over here.
Dude,
Yeah.
so
This guy's such a fucking nerd. He's reading Leviticus
are you
instead of getting pussy.
are you the masturbating mass shooter that you talk about in your album or in the first part of your album?
Yeah, kinda.
Because isn't it kind of weird?
That's
like,
kind of the whole point
this-
of that sketch.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
Is that your mom? Yeah, that's your mom.
That's supposed to be my mom, yeah.
Okay. No, you're going through kind of destroying my confidence.
No, you got it
No,
right.
so-
I'm telling you, you should be confident.
So-
you figured out the
so-
puzzle.
so
You
like-
solved my opening sketch puzzle.
So, did you learn? Did you like? So, do you feel like? Do you think that you gave off an impression when you like really kept to yourself and like didn't talk to people and you just like masturbated in your room and you just read like what you think is gonna happen to the end of the world over and over again?
I don't know if that's the impression I gave off at all.
Yeah, were you beating off thinking about the end?
No, I never, because I only thought about the end at church, and I couldn't beat off at church.
Yeah.
You know,
That wouldn't have been
I read the Bible in public and I beat off in private, and I think that was that's the dichotomy of life as a Christian teenager. Like, the pages of my Bible were not stuck together with the joy of the Lord, you know?
Yeah.
My mother said she.
That's what I called cum in our house, the joy of the Lord.
Joy of the Lord.
Yeah. Spelled J-O-I, the jack-off instructions of the Lord. That's actually one of the Dead Sea Scrolls.
They find one, they're like, what the hell?
The
is
Dead
that?
Seaman Scrolls. Hey,
Boom.
Vince.
There they go. They're flying. Let them fly.
Why do you think it's so salty from all that jizz?
Come on, Bill.
I'm sorry.
Now we've confused Bill. This is crazy.
I'm reading all the questions and like, none of these are good.
These are good. No, these are good questions. Look at how many jumping off points we've had
That's
for
great. Thank you.
bits.
Good old
You
cum
didn't meet my mom,
bits.
but you were supposed to. My mom, capitalism took her by the stranglehold, and now she's currently a wage slave in a foreign land, and she's in the city right now. So,
Oh, she's at work right now?
is your mother a large part of your life, and do you like mine?
I liked your mom's dumplings. Those are really good. So by dint of that, I like your mom. If your mom's as cool as her dumplings are tasty, then I like your mom.
She just texted me. She said they're made of shrimp, egg, and pork.
Oh, okay.
What's the vegetable? I'll text her that.
Tasty.
What is this green thing in here?
You said beef. But pork and beef are pretty similar in dumplings. I can see that. Those are incredible dumplings. Excellent dumplings. Is my mom a part of my life? A big part of my life?
Yeah.
Is that the question?
Yeah. I'm sorry. Is this super insulting?
No. I'm trying to think of the best way to answer that. I mean, I talk to my family like once a week, and I certainly talk to my mom more than everybody else, I guess. I think I spent a lot of my life not wanting my mom to be a close person in my life, and now I figured out like how to keep my mom at the right level of distance in my life. Because I've kind of figured out how to keep all of my family at the right level of distance in my life.
Yeah.
And my mom just happens to be somebody who's a little bit closer than the rest of my family. To me.
I feel like that's where I want to go. I feel like if you, like, distance between family members helps you, like, parse out the good and the bad between them.
Yeah.
I had a really funny thing to say. It's gone.
Just flew out. So, did your mom like helicopter or something?
She was a helicopter mom, for
Yeah.
sure. She had, and she was really mad when I started doing comedy.
Really?
For years. Years and years and years. And then she finally came around once I started working at the Comedy Store, and then she was like, oh, I know what that is.
Yeah.
Oh, that's like a real job. And
Yeah.
I was like, yeah, it's kind of like grad school. And she was like, grad school? Oh. My baby
It's
boy,
like-
he's getting educated.
It's like grad school.
Finally. That's the best way to get white parents to agree with what you're doing is you say, it's like grad school for X.
Yeah. Yeah. Just say anything.
You know? If there's anybody out here who's listening to this podcast, I don't know what kind of rapscallions and ne'er-do-wells listen to this podcast. If there's anybody out there who's like a drug dealer or something like that, you just say like, this is like farm school, you know? It's like I'm going to learn how to be a pharmacist here. I'm going to business school. I'm getting my MBA. You can't tell me what to do. And then your white parents will be like, yeah, you know what? He is learning how to like start a small enterprise, you know? He's learning about marketing. He's, you know, standing up for himself. That's the advice I could give.
That's
what you
all
asked that
advice.
question
So,
for, right?
Yeah.
To help all the troubled teens who listen to this podcast.
My mother just answered chives. That's what else was in chives.
Okay, nice. I love chives.
So
See,
if you ever want to...
They're like onions.
If you ever want to politely ask your girlfriend to make you some dumplings, you can do. My mother hand makes the dough.
Well, my girlfriend can't do shrimp. She also is vegetarian. She's allergic to
Substitute.
shellfish and doesn't eat meat. So it would just be egg and chive, which is that's like a breakfast dumpling.
Are you vegetarian too?
No.
Oh.
I ate a bunch of dumplings.
Oh yeah, I'm an idiot.
I would have left this podcast to throw up all the dumplings if I was vegetarian.
I always forget. There's
Probably not. That's probably too dramatic, but
There's that one where like they're kind of in the middle. Always forget what that one is.
pescatarian?
Yeah, and is that just fish? They just
It's
do fish.
fish. Yeah, my girlfriend's pescatarian.
See, that shit confuses me.
Do you think Connor looks country? Do you think he's like...
You do a little bit. You look like somebody who I would expect to see in Kansas City.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Do you think
Yeah.
that picture is a good picture of him?
He's the one on the right?
Yeah.
Is that supposed to be a cigarette dangling
It's a
out of
tooth.
his mouth?
It's supposed to be a tooth.
Oh, that's a tooth?
But it could
Well,
be a
Connor
cigarette.
doesn't have teeth dangling out of his mouth.
But that's how I
Well-
see him.
Yeah, the golds don't help.
The gold teeth.
They also the golds also give a horrible.
That's me in the middle. I don't have glasses on though.
Oh.
That's a big miss. You got everybody. You got your hair. You got Connor's hair and his hat and his teeth.
Yeah. See the goal of this podcast, I think, is Bill will confuse you. It's like Bill will confuse the guests, and then I'll try to wrap it back into being normal. What? What just
are you
happened?
looking for?
I wanted to draw the glasses on, but I don't have the Sharpie.
Why did you grab the napkin? Are you gonna try and erase something?
I was gonna try to like put the glasses on. This is the glasses.
But it's like a VR headset.
Okay.
I don't think somebody who would get gold teeth to get black women to talk to them more is racist.
That's really
Come
interesting. I recorded that. There's no context. My computer exploded.
We're back, and
the
I'm not
audio-
racist.
The audio wavelengths.
This is what we decided after the computer exploded and Bill solved it, is that we were just going to keep talking about how Connor wasn't racist.
Connor loves black people.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if they love allegedly they love his gold teeth
Yes.
more than he loves them. Black people just in general and their culture.
Your words, not mine.
No, your words. I'm quoting you.
I didn't
I'm
say
trying
that.
to. I
Whoa.
know you, Connor. I know
What are
you.
you trying? Whoa.
We've spirit connected. We held hands.
Yeah, that was unnecessary.
But it was necessary for me to understand what's going in your head.
You played right into his spirit hands.
Oh, fuck. Right, dude.
You should have just not grabbed. Well, truly, I should have not grabbed his hand because I was the conduit between you two.
Yeah,
I was like a Ouija board for your podcast co-host relationship.
I got Spirited Away.
Jay?
Speaking of good animes, I actually don't like Spirited Away that much.
It was all right.
It's all right.
Yeah.
Speaking of good anime,
I do like Kiki's Delivery Service.
I've never heard of it. Is
What?
this like Slice of Life?
Kind of, but there's a witch. Kiki. She has a delivery service. She delivers stuff on her broom.
I think I've seen like the thing. I haven't watched it.
I dated
was it on Netflix?
It might have been.
Yeah.
I
It's a
dated
Miyazaki movie, so it might have been on Netflix before Disney Plus ganked them.
Yeah. Fuck
yeah.
Disney Plus.
Fuck Disney Plus.
God.
So I dated a girl for a few months, and then it didn't go well. So now she's hexed me, and that's why I'm single.
Wait, she what you?
Hexed.
Oh, hexed you. I
And that's
thought you said she texted
she
you
hexed
just
me.
now.
A
Oh.
text.
She hexted me.
Oh, that'd be crazy.
That's what you call it when you talk to witches. It's hexting.
We're
When
on
you
a
talk to
roll.
witches online.
Do you want to talk about how cute your cat is?
Which one? I have two.
The
Oh yeah,
orange
you're a
one.
cat dad. What kind of
I am a
cats do you
cat
have?
dad.
The
I have
orange
two
one.
cats. Here, I'll show you guys, and then I'll show it to the camera. So I have
Okay.
two cats. The orange one is more my girlfriend's cat than mine. His name is Edgar. He's very cute.
Oh wait. This
Jesus.
What's happening? Is the phone making weird sounds again?
No. You
Okay,
can
good.
keep going, but I will make some evaluations while you do it.
So this is my girlfriend holding Edgar.
That's a huge cat.
He's huge. He's a big boy. He is a solid like 15, 16 pounds, but he's not fat. He's just large.
Yeah, like when he stretches out, you're like, that's normal.
Yeah.
That's a healthy
The vet
cat.
has called him a large framed kitty.
Oh, large ream?
Large frame.
Oh, I was like, ream, what the hell?
Yeah.
Yeah, I have one of those. But he's like 24 pounds.
Wow.
He's huge. And then
my God.
my parents got Maine Coons.
Oh, Maine Coons are huge.
Yeah, they're wild. Their tails are insane.
And then we also have Linus, like from Peanuts.
Tech tips.
Yeah. Like Linus Tech Tips. I know YouTube
Like
channels.
You actually named them after Linus Tech Tips?
No, we named him after Linus the YouTube influencer. No, we named him after we thought it was a boy. We got the cat.
Mm-hmm.
We were like trying to figure out a name for the cat. We named the cat Linus cuz Linus came with a security blanket, like Peanuts, right? There's Linus. Very cute cat.
Cute
See
cat.
how cute this cat is?
That is a very cute cat.
Very
I saw
cute
the
cat.
orange tabby one. That's what I was thinking about. I like that.
So Linus is more my cat, I would say,
Oh.
because Linus we found out is actually a girl. She was the runt of her litter, and we took her to the vet, and the previous vets from the rescue we got her from thought that it was a guy because she was just too tiny and they couldn't see her little tiny vagina. And then we figured out when we took her in to get shots, they're like, "Oh, hey, she's a girl." They're like, "Linus can work as a girl's name. We can keep that." But she loves me and is disgusted by my girlfriend.
Really?
So
She
what about
like I can hold Linus, no problem, and anytime my girlfriend tries to pick her up, she starts like going, and then tries to squirm away and hates it.
Huh.
But they do have secret bathroom time together, where like if my girlfriend is if she's peeing, Linus will jump onto her lap and stay
Just
there
to see
with
what
her.
the deal is. Like, what's up?
I think it's like a protective thing, like to make sure like nothing comes and attacks her while she's taking a pee.
So the black one's named Linus. What's the orange one? I saw the orange one.
Edgar is the orange one.
And that's your girlfriend?
That's my girlfriend's. But he's my cat too. I'm his cat stepdad.
I was interested. I guess you could say I'm more interested in your girlfriend's pussy. I'm sorry.
Oh boy.
I'm sorry.
It was there for the taking.
All right.
I just
I'm
had
sorry.
To do it.
Well, this has been fun, guys.
I'm sorry.
No.
I fucked
Did you have that written down in your notes too?
No, that was improv. That was improv.
Cat pussy. Ask him about
It's
the cat.
right there.
See,
You lived in Dallas, North Carolina,
Wow,
and Los Angeles. What's the first thing that comes to mind when thinking about all the places you've made home?
I don't even know how to answer that question.
I love how you ask these, just like kind of side eye. You're looking at him, just like. So, anyways,
Dallas, North Carolina, and Los Angeles. What was the actual question again?
What's the first thing that comes to mind? It's like this place was home. Like, what do you remember about that?
About which place? I feel like I can't answer that for all of.
No, I'm just either or.
Oh my god.
This is so abstract. This is
What
very
was
abstract.
okay? What was Sorry.
No, it's okay. I just want to come up with an answer. But this is like, I gotta go layered. Yeah, actually, move on to the next question. This one might be too. This is like bonus content.
That's deep cut.
Huh?
Was it a bad question?
It's kind of a question. It's not a bad question, but it's hard to answer. You know.
That's interesting. What's what's the one thing that's like you smell something and you're like, that's Dallas or that's North Carolina or like that's...
Oh, okay. I see what you mean now. So, if I smell the beach, that's Los Angeles. Then if I smell barbecue, that's the other two.
Okay, that's neat. Moving
I
on.
love it. I love that.
What was
Neat. Anyways,
what was graduating from a shitty liberal arts school like, quote unquote?
You're pulling a quote from my album, right?
why are you looking at me? I don't know.
Because I probably called it a shitty liberal arts school. on my album.
You called it on another podcast with a very nice seeming comedian whose first name is Sarah, I believe, narcoleptic sleeping.
Oh
podcast.
yeah.
She
Sarah's
said
great.
She said she slept with you at the end of her podcast because it's called Sleeping with Sarah.
Exactly. And I just do it like I was lying down on a bed.
Oh really?
Yes, that was requested.
What? You just sat there and like held a mic or something?
Uh-huh.
That sounds.
Kind of want to see that.
Sometimes people go very in depth for the podcast.
Yeah, we're gonna have to start making people just sit on the couch.
How about you start laying down in the beanbags?
But
yeah,
we've already had enough problems with recording
I'm
this
sorry.
episode.
I'm sorry.
You don't need to apologize to me. I'm trying to
come
save
out.
you.
It will come out perfectly. It will come out perfectly. I'll figure out a way to do it. I'll figure out a way to do it. I will have you know on the video recording, 2 of the 3 microphones is not working.
That's fine.
I'll have you know.
We don't need the audio to work on the video.
Yes.
You can sync it after in post.
Yeah.
Hollywood.
Hey, have you ever thought about becoming the next like Jamie?
Like young Jamie from Joe Rogan Experience?
Yeah.
Well, no, I haven't thought about that.
You could be like you could be like, Bill, have you ever thought about this? I could be like, shut the fuck up. You know what I mean?
Okay, so you said you went to film school?
I did. It went to a liberal arts college that had a film program.
And then did you make like any short films or anything like have you produced anybody's anything?
I mean, I wound up when I moved to LA, I started thinking, I was like, I'm going to go be a PA, and that's how I'm going to use my film education, because I made stuff in college. This is the part of my liberal arts education that was very strange, which is we had a film program, but they didn't want us to make films.
What?
Yeah, like we were not allowed to make thesis films for our senior thesis.
What did they want from you then?
Research papers, like regular ass theses.
What?
Yeah.
I feel like that's backwards.
It's very backwards. And now they've come around and they have added a BFA program, so they actually do let students make stuff, which is great. But it was very weird for it to be like even at your graduate, like you're trying to graduate, you're trying to have this degree, but you're not making a thing. Luckily, I did make stuff. Like I made short films and I did stuff for classes. And extracurricular things. Like I did this thing it was basically like making a Sprite ad called Sprite Refreshing Films. And I won the People's Choice Award for that.
What does that mean?
It means I got a free trip to Universal Studios, Florida, all expenses paid, baby. It's great.
That's pretty good. I mean, that's solid.
It was a pretty good price. And I got money. I got a little money, which is great. I don't have any of that money anymore. All that money's
No,
gone.
I gotta say, no, I just think it's super cool. I mean, there's a part of me that thinks like, oh, like, obviously, I don't know what people think is the dream, but just being able to like write and do comedy and support yourself and live in a cool city, I think that's pretty cool. I mean,
that's kind of where I'm at now. It's like I don't make any. I don't like. I'm not a filmmaker, I would say, which is what I thought maybe when I got out of college. I was like, I kind of want to be the next Judd Apatow. I don't think I'm that.
Yeah.
I think what I am doing though is stuff that I really enjoy. Like I write for television, I write for reality shows and game shows and that kind of stuff. Which is like I didn't even know you could do that.
Yeah.
I didn't know those had writing jobs. And now I do that, and I do stand-up, and I get to go out on the road, and I tour a little bit on my own accord, which is fun. I like doing the DIY thing.
Yeah.
So I don't really mind that I don't know, like, that I don't produce, like, the thing that I thought I was going to be 10 years ago, I'm not that thing. Mm-hmm. But that's the beauty of, having a good, well-rounded education from a shitty liberal arts college. Shitty little liberal arts college.
Did you do stand-up in college?
I did.
You started in college?
I started in college, yeah. My first time I ever got on stage, I was 18.
I was 17, so beat that. And I also stopped being Christian at like 12. I got black-pilled. Okay, never mind. Sorry.
All right. And there you go.
Sorry, 18 college.
I started the first time I ever did stand-up, I was 18. I started improv when I was 16, bitch.
Ooh, damn.
Take that.
Well, I've been posting jokes on the internet since I was 15.
All right.
Go off, King.
You want to... never mind. You can keep going. I'm sorry. You don't need my permission. You can go regardless of me. You can talk.
It's your podcast. You
can talk over me. You can talk over me.
Yeah, I can talk over you. Is that? Can I talk over you?
Touch my hand without commission. Commission.
I mean, I'm not getting paid.
Permission.
So, anyways,
where were we?
So college. I don't even remember. You did improv at 16.
So you did improv.
I started. Yeah, I mean, I did like theater when I was a kid. I was like 13 when I started doing some very base level, like acting stuff, which is like just
Were you like
13-year-old acting class? Yeah. So I was the dog in How the Grinch Stole Christmas.
Were you good at that?
I was. I got rave reviews for my role as Max the dog. People laughed. It was that was honestly that's one of the first time I did a lot of vocalizations and barks. Mm-hmm. That's one of the first times people laughed at something that I did.
Yeah, and you're just
I was like, whoa, this is crazy, man. But I did like speech and debate in high school, so I had public speaking experience.
Yeah.
And then a buddy of mine got the Comedy Bible, Judy Carter, shout out, and we started doing. Like, we both bought notebooks. We started writing jokes. And then the first open mic I did, I was 18. And then I really started actually, like, doing it when I was 20. Because the first 2 years, I maybe did, like, 10 open mics total. I was terrified.
That's funny.
Yeah.
Like,
terrified.
Yeah, there's a comic I know, he's like, oh, I've done it for, like, 10 years. Like, he started when he was 15. But he's like, I don't know. Like, for the first, like, 5, I was too busy smoking and hooking up with women. So,
Yeah. I mean, the nice thing about the pandemic is that I feel like because we all took all this time off, that now I actually truly have been doing it for the amount, like, I can fold in those, like, that bare amount of time with, like, the time that I took off and not feel bad about being like, oh, yeah, I did it for such and such. There was a little bit of time where I was like, I feel weird about saying that I've been doing it for, what would it be? It would be 13 years now. When I really haven't been doing comedy for 13 years. But now I've been, like, doing comedy for 11 years. Mm-hmm. Because now I'm 31.
Yeah.
So it's like, my anniversary was in October. Because I've really actually been doing it this whole time.
What do you think about, like, being, like, my age and telling, like, people my age about it? Like, did you ever have that experience?
When I first got interested in doing stand-up, part of it was because, are you two familiar with the restaurant Dick's Last Resort?
No.
Around Missouri, there's a lot of restaurants just dick-themed, basically. So I know, like, 2 other Dick's restaurants.
So the premise of Dick's Last Resort is it's a restaurant where the servers are mean to you. Mm-hmm. And I was in this thing in college called Pep Boys, where we would basically like write sketches and make fun of the football players at pep rallies before football games. And at the end of the year, or like Pep Boys dinner, we always did it at Dick's. And so the first year we went, we had this great waiter who was so fucking funny and so mean to all of us.
Yeah.
And we were talking to him. We were like, "You're so fucking funny, dude." And he was like, "Yeah, I'm a stand-up comedian. I got the show." And we went like, me and my other friends who actually liked comedy, we like went and saw him do a stand-up show. And he had to have been at the same age that I am now, if not older. Like, I would imagine he was probably like in his mid-30s.
Mm-hmm.
And he's talking to, you know, people who are like 17 or 18. Like, yeah, I guess, you know, you can do comedy, sure, maybe. And we still were like a long ways out from being even interested, but like I remember going to see a show, like it was crazy. Like we drove into Dallas, which is I grew up in the suburbs. It's far. It's like a 45-minute drive. We like never did shit like that.
Yeah.
Like we're gonna go see a show at a coffee shop. One of the guys was wearing a tap out shirt the whole time. He was bad, but our waiter was still great. He still had great jokes. Yeah. There were a couple other people who like they still had great jokes, and we were like, this is wow.
Yeah.
Stand up comedy. Crazy.
Like I can't wait to do stand up in a in a little bar, just like in a coffee shop.
You just can't wait to do stand up?
No, just like in those places. I'm so.
That's how I felt. I was like, yeah, I want to do that. That sounds cool.
Well, it's like the love of the game. Like, I mean, I enjoy comedy. Mm-hmm. I'm fine doing it wherever, but it's just.
I mean, yeah, but all the bars Connor's performed them. They're terrible. They're trash.
Oh well, I like to make fun of the 403 because it is
okay,
garbage.
You're trying to burn that bridge.
Burn what bridge? Everybody
403 so trash they don't even have the money for a bridge.
Well, I mean, it's like you got people playing pinball. Like it has all the machines, so like you'll be in a set and someone's just playing pinball, and
sure.
It's like, this is cool.
Or just screaming because they have a concussion.
Yeah, you in the background running. I watched you run around that bar, and then they said we gotta kick this kid out because Bill's banned from it because he's too young.
No, what they did was fuck you for all respect to those involved. Shout outs. All respect to those involved. They made the right decision. I shouldn't be let outside, honestly. I had a concussion. I don't know. Yeah, I had a concussion, but they said I'm not 21, so they won't let me in.
Oh.
Nice.
There you go.
There it is.
There it is.
I'm not legal. I'm not legal.
Legal. You can't be in any pinball leagues because it's illegal for you to be in there. You're not legal.
So, what's the creative process for writing for TV shows, and what's different between them? Like, for example, like Comedy Central's Roast Battle and Fox's MasterChef. I'm getting nervous. I'm sorry.
You're getting nervous.
I'm like fucking up.
Oh, you wrote for MasterChef?
Everything.
I do. That's my main writing job.
Oh.
I'm fucking up everything. The fan. I forgot to turn off the fan. I'm sorry.
I thought you'd been nervous this whole time.
When we held hands, it was pretty calm.
You felt calm when we held hands.
Yeah.
That's what calmed you down? I'm not holding
You know
your
what
hand.
you should try?
Did you ever have a...
You ever see that movie, Tully?
No.
There's a movie called Tully, directed by Jason Reitman, starring Charlize Theron. And in the movie, Charlize Theron has a son who needs tactile stimulation in order to feel calm. And so she uses like a brush on him, like a horse brush. So maybe you should get one of those. And you just rub it down your body while you do the podcast.
How about you do that?
You should get a weighted blanket. Bill, were you in normal classes in high school?
No, yeah, I wasn't. I was almost in gifted. Guys, you want to know my IQ?
Well, which gifted? Like you were blessed?
I was
Gifted
blessed.
or touched?
Yeah.
Do you want to know? Guys, guess my IQ. You know what my IQ was?
I feel like you've got a good IQ. I feel like your IQ is like 145.
Low.
Did I aim too high?
Yeah, 136.
That's still pretty good.
Pretty good.
Pretty good.
I mean,
Why'd you get IQ test?
because my parents thought there was something wrong with me.
Oh. Well, that's just how smart people are. They're just... You never know with them.
Yeah, smart people are quirky.
Yeah. And they like to wear beanies over their headphones.
I'm trying to go to prom.
Still?
Yeah, I'm trying to get a girl who's a senior now to go to prom with me.
It's not the weirdest thing. I mean, you still are 18.
It's a good bit.
I think I should start talking. Okay. Yeah, you're right. I'm sorry.
Okay, so
Wait, what was I saying?
The creative process, to answer your question. It's I mean, it's obviously different because for network TV you can write different stuff than you can for Comedy Central, for cable, for roasts. I like the writing for actual comedy shows feels a lot like doing the way I write for stand up. But writing for reality shows and game shows for me it feels like it's a different muscle because I don't approach my own joke writing the way I approach putting a script together for MasterChef and trying to write jokes that are okay for Gordon Ramsay to tell.
yeah, like
So what type of jokes? Wait, how does that work? Like, what part is written? What part is like spoken word?
On a show like that, spoken word. You mean improvised?
Yeah.
My favorite part of MasterChef is how they treat all of the judging like Def Poetry Jam. That's that spoken word, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Brian, your pasta. It was bad. It made me sad. It made me so sad. Your pasta.
I want to tell you. I told my mom you were coming over because I'm a huge fan. You know. Okay, I don't know.
Go on.
She was like, does Gordon Ramsay not really say those things?
He does. No, he really does.
It's like, oh, is it really just him? Is just really him just using a Gordon Ramsay puppet to talk? You know what I mean?
The way it works is anything that is on any television show, especially reality and game shows, there's always writers. Every single television show has a writer of some kind.
Mm-hmm.
Not every show calls them writers. Some shows, like reality and game shows, call them a content producer or a consulting producer or a supervising producer or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
And what they do is they write. You don't even call it writing. You call it copy, and it's the host copy. And anything the hosts are saying that is before the outcome of a contest can be determined. That's all the copy. So anything that the judges say while the cooking is happening on MasterChef, for instance, anything that they say after they're like tasting stuff,
yeah,
that's all them. I don't do any of that. That is 100% all written by them in their brains, out of their mouths. It's spoken word. If you
help set it. You help set it up by like writing ideas, basically, right? Like, spoken words.
No, I don't even do that. They do all of that on their own.
So
all I'm doing is literally, hey, this is what the challenge is for today. You have X amount of time. You have to use X ingredients. Go, and that's it.
You're like, it's some sort of like sick and twisted game you're setting up. That's really interesting.
Yeah.
And the contestants, like everything, there's no planning of like who's winning or losing.
No.
Okay.
None of that.
That's
at least not
good.
on any of the shows I've ever worked on.
Yeah.
I don't know how it is on some, like, because I stick to cooking shows.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what happens on like dating show world.
Well,
I don't know what happens in some of this stuff.
Let me tell you, as the executive producer on this show, I'll tell you, this show is scripted. And you won! You did it! That's you! You're on the poster!
Oh shit, it is scripted? I never even got it.
It's scripted. Everything you've done today, there's...
The fan, he had a remote in his pocket the whole time.
Wow.
The computer, it actually has been running this entire time.
And I'm gay! Have you ever slept walk in Kansas City yet? Or
no, I haven't.
Do you sleepwalk often? Have you ever used it in comedy?
I do sleepwalk. I haven't sleepwalked and talked about it in my comedy.
Have you done anything wild while you sleepwalk?
Nothing too crazy. I mean, I used to have really bad sleepwalking problems when I was younger. I would shower in my sleep a lot.
That's kind of nice though.
Yeah.
Wake up just clean.
I would wake up in the shower because the water would wake me up. I'd be like, what's happening? And then I would wake up. One time I didn't wake up in the shower, and then I got dressed and got ready for school, and then I tried turning the alarm off to go outside, and my mom comes out and she's like, what are you doing? And I was like, I have to go catch the bus. And she was like, it's 3 a.m. And then I woke up, and I was like, oh, I don't have to do it yet.
Did you ever have like night terrors and stuff?
No,
I didn't get that part of...
never that bad. I did work at a summer camp where I saw a lot of kids with night terrors.
Really?
Yeah. You ever seen an Argentinian kid with night terrors screaming in Spanish
I have
about
not.
El Diablo? It's crazy.
I really don't understand what you're talking about. Could you reenact it for me?
Well, he wasn't a kid in my cabin, so I couldn't.
Okay.
I wouldn't feel good about it. I could tell you what it was like to wake up a child who peed the bed all the time.
Yeah, could you reenact
Because if you
that?
didn't wake him up in the middle of the night, he would pee the bed. So you're the kid. So you're.
I never peed my bed. Oh, your head? So I'm the kid
You're the kid. I'm the counselor.
that peed the bed.
You're the kid that peed the bed. All right, so Connor, you and me, we're walking back. No, you're asleep. So we're walking back,
Okay.
and we know that this kid is going to pee the bed unless we wake him up. Right? And we know this.
Yeah.
Okay? So this is the first night.
And Bill's laying in there,
Bill's laying in there.
beanie
ready to
over
go.
headphones. And we're like,
Yep.
what the fuck?
Yep. And we tap him, and we go, hey, Bill, get up, you gotta go pee, dude.
What?
It's time to go pee.
You're going to piss your pants.
Oh.
No, don't tell him that.
Oh.
We don't want him to know he's gonna piss his pants.
Oh.
Oh.
Now we probably... All right, now we gotta check. You gotta check and see if he pissed his pants.
Pull your hoodie up.
Yeah. All right. So you startled him. He pissed his pants. All right. Go back to bed. Let's get you...
Wait, so he's a child who pisses the bed, but doesn't know it? That he ever did it?
He knows that he does it, but he is unashamed that he does it. This is the problem.
Oh.
Look,
See-
I made pee-pee. I made pee-pee.
Off the rails.
I made pee-pee, dude. I made pee-pee.
I will say one of the worst kids to ever be in charge of is somebody who is not self-conscious about peeing the bed.
Yeah, that's not good. Someone's like, this is cool. I'm going to keep doing this till adulthood.
Yeah. It's like Billy Madison come to life. Pissing your pants is cool. This kid would have been Miles Davis. He was a very cool kid. We all loved him, even though he pissed the bed all the time.
Do you ever? So were you really a camp counselor?
I was.
And did you ever look at a kid and go like the Billy Madison, like this guy's a failure? Like
Yeah, plenty of times.
really?
Oh yeah, you can tell a kid's gonna be a dud.
You think I want to be a dud, Jay?
Well, you're a young adult, so I can't get a read on you. You're not a kid.
Well, I already know. I already gotten a read on you.
You got a read on
Touched
me.
hands, yeah.
What
Have
do
you ever
think?
had a sexual experience with a male?
I've kissed a man before, but never. But
I
that's
could
the most
sense that.
sexual it's been.
I could sense that
Okay,
by holding hands,
sure.
and also the fact that you were holding hands with another man. Okay. I'm sorry.
I just...
What about Connor? Can you sense his sexual experiences with men?
He's thought
I'm not
about
doing that. Here, we'll do this.
He's thought about doing it for a joke at a party,
Wait, kiss a dude as a joke?
or even go farther than
Just
that.
fuck a dude and just be like, guys, I was just joshing.
Well,
I mean, the
you
reason
seem
I kissed a man is because I was at a party and it was spin the bottle, and it came up on me, and I was like, fine, all right,
Yeah.
and we kissed.
Oh, that's not bad.
It's not that bad.
I was at a party where it was just dudes and we started doing that, and I just got up and left. I said, guys, what are we doing here?
Did you ever had an experience, Connor?
Being gay?
Like,
I don't know. Because one night at a bar, I blacked out. And then some
It's
dude
happened.
took me in the bathroom with
it's
him.
happened.
Whoa!
But that was the night I got arrested. So, like, we saw the camera because they drugged me.
Wow!
So I was in the bathroom for like 10 minutes. And then I came out of the bathroom crying.
Damn, dude.
And my girlfriend, I guess I had walked out, just tears, and I was like, I'm sorry. And then I just like went into a corner, and I was like, what the
This
fuck?
is really
Yeah, you
good.
probably had it. You probably fucking
Yeah,
did.
so that's I'm fine with it if I was blacked out. I'm just like, gay moment when you
get black. Listen, sometimes when men are probably not confident in their sexuality in a bar in Kansas City, and they need to drug another person, that might just be you just got a little flack. You caught a little gay flack.
Connor, next time you get blacked out, I like to get to see you get blacked out, if you know what I mean.
What?
Connor caught a little gay shrapnel.
Yeah. I said, oh, God.
Yeah.
No, I mean, it'd be funny if you blacked out and it's like...
That's why your dick gets hard when it rains. like a war wound.
Yeah, just like, oh, my bones are hurting.
I feel it.
No, it'd be funny if it was like you blacked out and then like your gold teeth are missing.
I guess that's funny.
Did you have your gold teeth at the time?
Yeah.
How long have you had the gold teeth for?
About 3 years now.
Nice. It's a good look.
Yeah. I got him.
You really mean that?
Yeah.
I don't know if it's a good look. I just think I guess I think it's a good look too.
I told Bill sincerely that I
unique.
thought his van was cool, and he got flustered when he picked me up
He was like, "Oh
because
my
he
God,
didn't think I
thanks."
was telling the truth.
Okay. So before this podcast could last forever because we're just having so much fun. Small boys.
Yeah.
Okay, but
Small boys, big fun.
Hour and 10. There's a few things I want to do before we pop out with a party.
All right.
We in the game.
No, just tell us what we're doing.
Nobody.
What are we doing?
With the chain. So I want to talk about my chair bit. It's more.
Oh yeah, you
important.
did say at the very beginning of the episode before we even started recording.
Bookend.
Okay,
Everything has a beginning, middle, and end.
just like your chair bit.
Yes, like a chair.
Oh God, don't get him started. on the
Like a
chairs.
chair, the joke has legs. So I don't know. I guess it's not really a joke. I just.
Do you want me to explain it?
I just went around asking comics like, how do you feel about chairs?
Is that how it goes?
So that's basically how it started. And then he was like, should I go up on stage and start stacking chairs and just talk about chair philosophy? And I was like, I don't even know what that means.
Chair philosophy.
Yeah, I was like, but go for it. And so then he goes up, starts talking about chairs, brings some random guy from the crowd, and then makes him sit on the chair. And he's like, so how do you feel about sitting on chairs? And the guy's like, it's all right.
Trying to be the Play-Doh of chairs?
No,
It was weird. So
you
anyways,
fucked up the set.
what do you? I don't remember.
Trying to be fucking Chairistotle over here? Come on, dude.
Yeah, he
So
was
I was
getting
like-
he was getting wild with it. I was like, it's
No, so what I did is I brought up a chair on stage. I was like, how do you guys feel about chairs? I was like, what about like a chair on top of a chair? And I put like the chair on top of a chair. And then I took somebody from the audience.
Uh-huh.
And then I said, hey man, let's sit here. I just want to experience this visceral moment with you.
it was weird. And then he hugged him.
And
Then they
I
hugged.
want you to tell the audience you love them. And then he did it.
I gotta find this picture. It's so dumb.
And then
I want to see this picture.
the
I wanna
audience
see it on
said,
picture of
"I
Bill.
love you back."
So,
And then we hugged each other.
well, I think Bill mainly hugged him. I think it's more Bill hugging him.
Show it to the camera. Show it to the camera.
Yeah, that's the guy not wanting to be hugged and you hugging him.
And then
I like that shirt you're wearing in that photo though. That seems like the kind of shirt you would wear on stage.
you can have it if you like. It's in my room.
No, I'm good.
Okay.
I got enough wacky pattern shirts. That's also the kind of shirt I would wear if I was on stage.
Yeah.
You say thank you.
Thank you. That's neat.
That is neat.
So and then I just we hugged and he told me I sat him and it's like chairmen run the world in chairs, but you can't run with a chair. And then chairmen, run the world with chairs. You can't run.
He told me this in the car on the way
Oh,
over.
no,
he
you
told
said-
me this part.
Oh no.
And then I said, you can't run with chairs, but you can run the world with chairs. You know what I mean?
Okay, so anyway,
Hi, Mom. I love you.
So he asked me to take pictures of him with a chair in random spots. So then we go and we buy a chair from Goodwill or something.
Mm-hmm.
And then he just sat in chairs in different spots. and he was like, "This is the coolest thing ever." And I was just like, "All right, okay." And then what'd you go? You went to Murph's and also did the chair bit.
Yeah. So the chair didn't work on top of a chair. So what I did is I just you know what I mean?
No.
You know what I mean?
I don't know what you mean. I'm going to need you
What I
to
mean?
elaborate a little more.
I was just, like that.
Oh, he fell over. Okay.
But then you have actually like another crowd member sitting sideways in it.
Yeah.
Sitting sideways on the chair.
Yeah.
So they were sitting like this?
Yes.
On the chair?
No, sitting in the floor.
He was on the ground.
Oh.
And some guy was like, "Yeah, I'll
Floating
do
on
that."
the ground.
Yeah, sitting sideways.
That's honestly impressive. That's neat.
That's neat. I think that is a great way to end the podcast.
I'll suck a dick to be able to do the chair bit in LA.
All right. Thank you everybody for listening. Thank
so
you.
much.
Oh wait,
J-Light.
One last thing. That is a great bit to end it, but I'd like to do a few things.
What?
You think?
So I give these bandanas out to people. I have it as a mask. If you'd like it as a mask, I can do that too. If you're not, you can just keep it.
What do we got on here? We got a little tie-dye? Little tie-dye smiley face guy?
Yeah.
Nice.
Thank
you. It's wearable art.
Usually, I have.
Just take the headphones off. This is what caused the issue last time.
Guys, watch how fast I can run. Wait a second. Wait, don't leave! No.
That's 134 IQ or whatever he said. That's what it gets you.
134.
I want to stay at a good, just average level where I'm just like, I can be calm, but understand things a little bit.
Too many thoughts.
Yeah, too many thoughts
That's
will
the
get
amount
you.
of thoughts that are going through your brain all at once.
It'll get you.
Can you imagine?
No, I like to just be dumb and be
Dumb
that.
and perceptive.
Yeah, just like I know what's going on around me.
That's a good album title. Whenever you come up with an album, Connor, you should call it Dumb and Perceptive.
I like that. That's pretty good.
I think that fits you.
Yeah. Yeah. I've always been the kid that just like sat there and just I would look at like pay attention, wouldn't talk, and just be like, there's a lot of weird things going on.
There are.
But I'd be the one to say it. I'd be like, nobody thinks this is weird. What's going on?
You guys gotta think this is weird.
Bill, what are you trying to get?
Bill.
Man,
What was it?
I can't find a Sharpie.
Oh.
He's trying to draw glasses on the thing.
Oh.
It's fine. Everybody knows I have glasses.
We should have that, there's a homeless guy in the intersection here. Never mind.
All right.
Okay, anyway, something I was really hoping.
Do you want me to close the...
Okay, so, would you
Oh.
like to, I thought it would be cool if you had guests and they signed their name on the poster.
Sure.
Could you do that?
Oh, the Sharpie's right there, ding dong.
Where is it?
It's been there on the table.
Oh, that's really cool.
Oh my God.
I'll have you as a guest on, but later.
How long are we podcasting?
We've definitely gone over an hour.
Yeah.
Mom.
Hi.
Hi,
Nice
I'm
to
Jay.
meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Can I take a picture?
Okay,
Yeah,
can you,
sure.
wait, we're not done yet, we're not done yet.
Hold on.
We're not done yet.
See, it's chaotic.
What are you drawing? A cube?
How do you draw glasses?
Why don't you just draw
Two
on the
circle-
guy?
2 circles and a line in between. That's like the easiest, and then little frame,
Yeah,
yeah.
you draw like that.
Well, Jay, if you're gonna be a guest on the podcast forever, then I do it, okay?
Oh, so this is for whoever the guy. I get it now. I understand now. I see. That's good. Yeah, that's nice. That's you.
Still recording.
I think we are.
Yeah.
I don't know totally.
Yeah.
Okay, would you like to sign it?
I will sign. Am I signing on the air?
Yeah,
Okay.
just to prove that was you.
Bam.
There it is.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Nice and simple.
Simple.
Whew.
All right.
Thank you so much for listening.
Oh yeah, check out J-Light's comedy album, not mixtape. A Good Guy with a Gun,
Yes, available wherever you get albums.
and your podcast.
Blockbusting, available wherever you get podcasts.
All right. Thank you for listening. Thank you, Jay.
Thanks, Connor. Thanks, Bill.
And We'll see you next time.
Yes.